that's what's unfortunate, because there's really no excuse to not know the ins and outs of the actual Antichrist. The Antichrist is one of the most talked about prophetic figures of the last days. Old Testament, New Testament. I mean, all over the place. All you got to do is stick with the Bible. Read the Bible. That's it. And you're not going to be led astray with all the stuff that's going on there, including these false accusations that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. And so we deal with that in great detail. People get all kinds of things wrong. They get his genealogy wrong. They want to say he's a Muslim. No way could he ever be a Muslim. They want to say that he's a Jew. I don't prescribe to that for many different reasons. He's a Gentile. He's coming out of the revived Roman Empire and things of that nature. Is Donald Trump in the European Empire? No. So, no, it goes.
Yeah.
But then when you take a look, Pastor Tom, and we cover this in great detail, the accusations that people want to say that Donald Trump is the actual Antichrist. Now, if you want to say that some of his decisions are leading towards some of the things that will be a part of the Antichrist kingdom, hey, that's a different discussion. But when you're saying he's the actual Antichrist, you are so unbiblical, it's not even funny. First of all, the Bible describes about 40 different characteristics of the Antichrist. Okay, so if a person's going to be the actual Antichrist, you got to get 40 for 40, not 3 out of 40. Not, well, maybe this kind of one thing, kind of sort of kind of thing. And that's what these people do. And then even their so-called couple things that they say will kind of sort of line up with the others, 3 out of the, out of the 40. Then you take a look at their evidence. It's a joke. Let me give you a case in point here. And this is all over the internet. This is some of the biggest proof that people are saying that Donald Trump is the Antichrist. They say, and I'm not joking, this is not hyperbole. And at first I thought this was, a parody, but no, these people are dead serious. They say that the little horn that is mentioned in Daniel, speaking of the Antichrist, okay, that's correct. They say that's Donald Trump. And you know what the rationale is? They say, well, little horn. A trumpet is a little horn. That must be Trump. Dude. I can't help you. Stop eating chicken. Do something different. But man, you got to be joking. And they're dead serious. Let me give you another one. They take the passage that deals with the rapture trumpet, 1 Thessalonians 4, right? And talks about, and the trumpet will be blown, 1 Corinthians 15. And they say, well, that's a trumpet, so it's got to be Trump. No, that's a musical instrument. That's not a person's last name. What are you doing? And then I kid you not, I wish I had the picture. But the latest one, I'm not joking, the latest one is they show a profile of Donald Trump this way, right? Uh-huh. And his hair.
Yeah.
His hair kind of, kind of over the, and it kind of comes up a little bit. They actually are saying that little curve on his hair at the front, the profile, that's a little horn. I'm not joking. So here's my point. They're out there professing to be Christians. Maybe they are. I don't know. But they're out there. And first of all, if you disagree with them, you're the Antichrist, you're Satan, whatever. So that's causing division in the church. You're not even right, by the way. The second thing is, even the lost realizes that your so-called proof that Donald Trump is the Antichrist is a joke. And so it's a horrible witness. And then they're watching you go after other Christians that are trying to, in love, say, hey, man, it doesn't work that way. You got it wrong. And it's just like, what are you guys doing? So anyway, we cover that in massive mega detail, global elites and the Antichrist, because here's the reality. And here's the thing that we should biblically be focused on. We do need to get equipped with this figure, the Antichrist, Old and New Testament. Again, I already mentioned one of the most talked about figures. You got no excuse for being biblically accurate on the Antichrist. But speaking of being biblically accurate for the Antichrist, we can talk about the Antichrist. We can see what the Bible describes as the Antichrist. But here's the reality. 2 Thessalonians 2 is so clear that he cannot make his appearance until we make our disappearance at the rapture. He does not show up until we go up. So ultimately, at the end of the day, as a Christian, I'm spending my time not looking for the Antichrist, not saying Donald Trump is the Antichrist. I'm looking for Jesus Christ. And so that's our focus. Should be our focus if you're going to look at this biblically. And that's what these people are not, man. They're out there freaking people out. It's completely unbiblical, right? and it's a bad witness, when the whole time is we should extrapolate the global events that are going on. The Bible tells us it's all stuff that's going to culminate in the 7-year tribulation, including the appearance of the Antichrist, which is what starts the 7-year tribulation, Daniel 9:27. Okay. But I'm not looking for that. I know that in great detail, and God gives us a lot of great detail so that I can warn those who are in danger of being there. You don't want to be there, take the way out through Jesus. But at the end of the day, I need to extrapolate all the geopolitical events that, hey, we're almost out of here. So I need to finish strong. I need to get out there and share the gospel like never before. That's what you should be spending your time on, not this endless speculation of this person's the Antichrist, that person. Everybody's there. They even say Hillary Clinton is the Antichrist. Well, she might be a witch. And that is not a joke. When I did my witchcraft study, we came across her background with that. But the Antichrist is the guy. What, you guys, stop. All right, stop already. How about take all that fervor, all that energy, and get the gospel out? I'm thinking that's a better way to finish.